Talk about a science that isn't given enough recognition, and that is the science of the heart. The physical heart has been seen to have an electromagnetic field that is 10 times that of the brain. For those of you guys that don't understand what an electromagnetic field is, think about a giant electric blueprint that is going from our heart all around us. Anything that we're thinking when we come in contact with people actually gets sent to them through the joint connection, the connective system of our electromagnetic field and theirs. The most powerful thing that you can do is going around and saying, I love you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. When you send love and gratitude to people, it actually impacts them more greatly than you could ever imagine. The heart is the most powerful tool that we have. It is literally like the core software of our embodiment. And when we drop into the consciousness in the heart, we are directly plugging in and connecting to the multidimensional universe all around us. Nassim Haramein has scientifically written theorems and proven that inside of one atom and inside the proton of that atom, there is literally the space of a black hole. What that means is there's a black hole system at the center of every atom. And a black hole is taking in information, taking in something into it, and transmuting back something outside of it, right? So it's a system of connection, really. And every atom, every cell in our universe has a black hole. So we are all connected through this black hole system. At the center of our hearts is the black hole that is connected to every other heart in this universe. As an extrasensory psychic, I actually have been able to see a blueprint of the flower of life in vortex form in the air and in the sky. It looked like a little flower of life pattern with vortexes moving inwards and outwards, black energy, and a lack of space to form the petals of the flower of life. The heart is a consciousness. Think of our brain. Think of how we see behind our two eyes, and think of how a lot of the time we're in our head's consciousness, right? Being in your head, being in your brain, being in your ego, being in your identity, that's how your awareness has formed. But what if there was a new awareness that actually was our core state, our natural state? What if we're not meant to be in our head? What if we're not meant to have the brain be our core software? What if the heart is actually the one in control? Science has actually proven that the heart is giving more commands to the brain than the brain is to the heart. The heart is the first organ in manifestation in gestation. So when we drop into our heart's consciousness, what does that mean? Our heart's consciousness means that we are taking control of our natural state of being. Our heart consciousness is love consciousness, is universal consciousness, whereas the head is ego consciousness, it's duality consciousness, it's separate consciousness. The head, or the ego, is the center for human stubbornness, for human ego, for just plain being an asshole. It's the me versus you consciousness. It's the primal consciousness, right? It doesn't mean that we can't use the logic of our brain, but it was meant to work in harmony with the heart. The heart is love consciousness. The heart knows that it can create all its desires and have all its desires and be in its purpose and be in its wholeness. And it knows exactly what it's doing, and it knows exactly where it's going, and it knows that it can create from the universe around it, right? It is a place of connectivity. It is a place of self-love. It is a place of universal love. And it is a place of connection with our earth. Our physical bodies being a vessel of the earth. Think with your heart, not with your head.